So today we're counting up the greatest films of all time from 1 to 10. That way it leaves some sort of mystery as we get towards number 10. The criteria for the greatest film of all time is quite subjective, but each one of these films in the top 10 at some point has been rated the greatest film of all time on some list or another. These films have to have been acclaimed by both audiences and critics alike, as well as broken all the molds and the language of cinema itself, leading to some great new future possibly out of its inception. As we get further along into the list, between 11 through 20, that's when we start to see some of the different discrepancies in masterpieces. But there is no doubt about these first 10. They have all changed the way in which we make films and the language of visual and sound storytelling itself. It is not an overstatement at all to say that cinema would not be the same without our number one picture, Citizen Kane. In fact, Citizen Kane is so good that we have to do the list from 1 to 10. Otherwise, if we went 10 to 1, you would know which was number 1 immediately once we got past 2. The surprise would be gone. This film has influenced every director and filmmaker and storyteller. This film broke all the rules. The novelty of Citizen Kane seems to never wear off, and in fact, it gets better and better upon every viewing, which is a theme amongst these top 10. But a few of them, which I'll point out along the way, literally get better every time you watch them. That is Citizen Kane. Our number 2 film, Casablanca, can simply be described as unrepeatable movie magic, capturing something in a bottle that you can never make again. Perfect Hollywood cinema. Walking out of the theater going, what was that I just watched? That was a perfect film. Line after line is repeatable. Everyone in every scene looks beautiful. This is perfect cinema. That's why it's number 2. Number 3 on the all-time list needs absolutely zero introduction. It's Star Wars: A New Hope. This is a game changer in movie making that has never been replicated, and countless studio after studio and project after project has tried to do what seems absolutely impossible if you watch this movie over and over again. It is a real fantasy of cinema. It captures almost everything that you want a movie to do. Heroes, villains, comedy, tragedy, a great sound and score, and visual epic. This film has all the hallmarks of what true filmmaking really is, and it challenges you to try and make something like it. Number 4 on the list is one of the most quoted, beloved films of all time. It took the 1970s American cinema into a whole new wave. It is probably the most popular film of that decade, besides our number 3. The Godfather is maybe the best acted, directed film that you'll ever see. I don't need to go on about it. You've probably seen it. It's number 4 on our list because, well, you're starting to see a theme. Try and make a better film than it. Number 5, 2001, A Space Odyssey, fits into that category I was mentioning of you need to see it a bunch of times, and every time you watch it, it gets better and better and better. Every single move that Stanley Kubrick made in this film was perfect and brilliant. It's the type of film that no one else could really make other than him. We could talk about all the technical achievements in special effects, the cinematography, the story, the battle between man and machine, the psychedelic, but this film leaves you with ideas. At number 6, we have David Lean's absolute masterpiece, Lawrence of Arabia. A 4-hour running time that's truly worth every second on screen. The reason for widescreen, the reason to go to the cinema. Lawrence of Arabia is a triumph amongst masterpieces. A war film that still holds up with its different themes of friendships and relations and politics and power and spirituality. Lawrence of Arabia shows what you can do with film. Our number 7 film, The Seventh Seal, does exactly the same. Ingmar Bergman takes the world into his mind with this masterpiece. Concepts of death and disease and love and happiness. A new template is set in Bergman's grand international classic. A psychological, intellectual, internal drama with a circus facade. The Seventh Seal as a film in cinema history reigns. Continuing the numbers game, our number 8 film is 8.5. Fellini takes his inner turmoil and struggle with creating a film and turns it into his film, putting his life on display like a circus with personal, business, and sexual appetites. The visual and storytelling device he comes up with is one of the greatest illusions or dreams perhaps you'll ever see. 8.5 uses an onslaught of neo-realistic, surrealistic, and abstract techniques to get across one of the greatest films the world has ever seen. Speaking of greatest films the world has ever seen, our number 9 film, The Bicycle Thief, or Bicycle Thieves, depending on how you want to call it, has consistently come up on lists of greatest film of all time. For many years, it was unanimously considered the greatest film ever made. The story, the setting, the cinematography, the neorealism is absolutely masterful. Bicycle Thieves or The Bicycle Thief could easily be the greatest film ever. Here, it's number 9. Number 10 on the list is Tarkovsky's Mirror. Similar to 2001 and Citizen Kane, this is a film that every single time you watch it, it gets better and better and better. Tarkovsky in this film dabbles in amazing cinematography, different timescapes, and different dreams, and different ways in which you can put together a movie in the cinema language. Each time you view this thing, it becomes more breathtaking than the last time. Well, so I hope you liked my list of top 10 films of all time. I think they're all pretty self-explanatory, and they all fit there, they all belong there. The difficulty was fitting in the final few pieces, but we'll get into that in the next set of videos where we discuss 11 through 20 of the all-time greatest films. Thank you for joining me, and I appreciate all of you for viewing this. And frankly, my dear, I do give a damn. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.